5 Yadavs, of course all from the Yadav family, 10 Kurmis, 6 Kushwaha, Maurya, Shakya, Sainis, all of them traditionally a BJP vote bank. They've been voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party. All of that was targeted by the Samajwadi Party in a deliberate manner. It was all a strategy on part of the Sapa. Many thanks for that, Siddhant. We'll come back to you. But what else we're learning for the Bharatiya Janata Party as far as the NDA coalition is concerned? These may be the demands that may be put forth by the JDU. As per sources, common minimum program could be one of the demands from the JDU. The common minimum program could mean a setback for the BJP on agendas like UCC, NRC. In terms of portfolios, like Arunama has been telling us, railways could be a demand by both JDU and Chirag Paswan, but rural development and agriculture ministry could also be part of the bargain. So those are some of the talking points as far as the JDU bargain is concerned. Let me go across to Arunama once again. Arunama, now, you know, the fact that common minimum program is going to be put on the table, that's going to be complicated. That's going to be a complication for the BJP in terms of issues like UCC, NRC that the BJP has been pitching very, very aggressively. And apart from this, there are portfolio concerns as well. How much do you think, given the demands that the JDU is trying to send out, and this is just initial suggestions, sources telling us that these may just surface during discussions, how much do you think the BJP is going to bend as well, given these demands already?
But too early to say that, and Bharatiya Janata Party is under Prime Minister Narendra Modi is only running a coalition government for the first time, in the sense that this is the first time that they would not have a clear majority. So they are used to running a government whereby the Prime Minister's vision, the promised manifesto has led them or given them direction as far as decisions and lawmaking is concerned. But this is in Modi 3.0 will be a new kind of government whereby the sensibilities of coalition partners will have to be taken into account. The numbers, 16 for TDP, 12 for JDU, together 28 are crucial, along with Chirag Paswan's 5. So these numbers are crucial for the survival of the Bharatiya Janata Party government as well. And what are some of the areas on which TDP and JDU have not spoken on the same lines as the Bharatiya Janata Party? So one key issue would be the Uniform Civil Code. The second key issue which the Bharatiya Janata Party had promised was one nation, one poll. We don't yet know whether Chandrababu Naidu and Nitish Kumar would come out in support of that. So this will be work in progress, whereby the interests of the alliance partners will have to be accommodated by the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Absolutely. Since 2001, Arunama, and that's an interesting fact that you just spoke about, which is going to interest our audiences as well. Since 2001, ever since Narendra Modi started fighting elections, he's always won with a majority. So this is going to be for the first time that he's going to be in a coalition, and that's where these kingmakers are also going to be a decisive factor. Now, the ball most certainly is in the kingmaker's court, and we're talking about both the JDU and the Chief Minister is going to be speaking to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. But how much is the BJP willing to bend? That's the next big question once we learn of the JDU's demands in detail. Like issues such as UCC, NRC may once again come as a little bit of a complication for the alliance. When we just talk about these two players, there are other key portfolios that the JDU may also just be eyeing. Now, Arunama, we're learning that Nitish Kumar is already in the national capital. He's reached his residence in Delhi. How soon is he expected to leave from his residence and meet the Prime Minister? Is this going to happen before the NDA meeting?
He arrived about 20 minutes back, and we were told that he would have his lunch and meet his supporters also here. Sanjay Kumar Jha has already accompanied him. He's a senior person in the JDU, a minister and a confidant of Nitish Kumar. Others are also trickling in to meet him, JDU supporters who are based here in Delhi. Nitish Kumar will leave in an hour's time from now, we are told, and go and meet senior leadership of the National Democratic Alliance before the official meeting begins. We are told that he will provide a letter of support in favor of the NDA to Rashtrapati Draupadi Murmu. But all of that will be on record, that we are told. We are also looking out as to what really Nitish Kumar puts on the table in terms of common minimum program, in terms of financial package and special status for Bihar, and also in terms of accommodating his party colleagues, 12 of whom have won the MP elections. How many of them make it to the cabinet? What are the cabinet portfolios that he's interested in? All of that will be on table when Nitish Kumar meets the Prime Minister and the NDA leadership.
Okay, all right. While Nitish Kumar is really the player that holds key to the NDA formation and how strong the NDA looks. Remember Akhilesh Yadav and the kind of performance that the Samajwadi Party has managed to pull off in the state of UP. He's being called the man of the match really for turning things around for the INDI bloc. Arunma, we'll come back to you in just a bit. Let's also hear it from Akhilesh Yadav. He is also going to be part of the INDI meeting scheduled to take place at 6 p.m. Let's see what he has to say.
उस गति को आगे बढ़ाने का काम करेंगे। देश के पैमाने पर जनता ने जो संविधान बचाने के लिए, लोकतंत्र बचाने के लिए, आरक्षण बचाने के लिए जो समर्थन दिया है, मैं उसके लिए जनता का बहुत बहुत आभार।
दूसरे नंबर की पार्टी बनी है समाजवादी पार्टी।